Welcome down here to this basement tavern, and as you can see, it's in a pretty raw state right now, and that's why we're here. We're here to finish it out. I don't even know over there. I don't even want to count right now. And everything's gonna just look like it's all intersecting in timber frame. This is gonna be pretty cool. It's getting dark earlier. We're in solitary confinement down there. All right, that was not as dramatic as I thought it would be. So what we've done so far today, guys, is we put a little bit more framing in the pockets of our walls on both sides of this area, and those are those supports for the beams we installed in the last video. So now we're ready to start messing with these beams, and these are our 4-inch beams. These are going to be mortised in, and to do that, we're going to use a router, and this is our jig. It's simply a piece of plywood with the exact shape and size of that beam cut out into it. So our router with our bearing can follow inside of that, and it can mortise the hole in our beams. So in theory, we should not have to bring these beams back down, which would be good because I know I'm muscular and stuff, but I really don't feel like working out today and bringing those back down. Oh, I forgot to mention too, we are going to practice first on an offcut from the big beams, because on something like this, I can't afford to make a mistake. These beams right here are like $100 a foot or something crazy like that. They're crazy. So definitely gonna take some practice shots before we go after the real thing. We've got a center line right here that's dead center of the width of those beams, and we're gonna mark exactly center where they're gonna go on our actual big beams that are already up there. So when we get it up there, we're gonna get it in place. Right here, it doesn't matter because we can just do it anywhere. And we're gonna clamp it in place, making sure to give ourselves enough room for the base plates of the router. So let me double check that. These routers have big base plates so they can span. Yeah, we're good. Get another clamp in position up here. And as long as we're flush with the top, we know we're good to go. So flush, good there. And we're gonna take our first pass. All right, that first pass came out great, exactly what we want to see. So we're going to go an 1/8 inch deeper. Having two routers to prevent having to adjust it is a big win, because this one's already set, and we can go that additional 1/8 and finish this cut. Like maybe just make it look a little organic, you know, where it's not dead on square. Let's see what we got. Take our piece off and check it out. We've got our mortise there. All right, we'll check this out anyways, even though I know it needs to be deeper. Yeah, it's looking good. I feel like I could get the chisel work right there in the corner a little bit tighter. Looks pretty good over here. There's not any slop in it. I think it looks good. I think we're on the right path, so I'll make it deeper, and I think we should be good to go. It ain't much, but it's honest work. All that matters is the outside of that box. The inside is basically irrelevant as long as we get that depth that we want. And we're sitting right at 3/8. Everything's moving along smoothly. We've got the first one, second one, this is now the third one, and they're taking me about 10 minutes a piece. This white oak is pretty hard to go through with these little routers, but these bits are really not struggling through it. It's just, you can't just whip through it. You have to kind of take your time and go easy with it, but we're getting it done. Oh, we went right into one of our checks right here. Yeah, that's a pretty nice fit. So there's this big crack or check or whatever you call that. Starts here and starts here again. So it kind of gives us a slight little gap there, but it is natural to the wood. It's like you guys know what you're doing or something.
I'm done. Try to just keep talking it out.
I usually just slap stuff up there and hope the check goes through. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Okay, so we're there now, brothers.
Heck yeah.
Go ahead. I'm in there like swimwear. I'm in there.
That's funny. Yeah, I'll be good. I'm about a ½ inch away from seeing if I'll go in because it needs.
Go you want. Hey, he's greedy. He wants it all. He wants it all.
Think I'm in there. Let me see. Yeah, it seems like it's going. I can't see no light over here. Yeah, I think I should be good. I'm in there like swimwear.
Yeah.
Good enough for girls I go with. Oh, because we banged this one in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, I don't want to take it all the way out. I just want to slide it over.
Oh, because you're going to put glue on the mortise.
Leave it on your holder because we're going to put glue in the hole.
Yeah, this clamp with the beam or this, it's a great idea. I never would have thought of that either. We would have been just holding.
Like I said, I've set 1,000 beams.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can go to your third step.
All right, so we'll guide it in, huh?
Yep.
Oh.
Cold, okay? Can't get close, don't. It was cold. Everything on my end is looking plain on.
I just locked in. I felt it go in.
It's in there. You couldn't get these things back out now. They're straight. Not without it. You could get them out with the Sawzall.
Oh, this is freaking sweet. That's pretty cool. That's crazy, actually.
A little bit of glue ooze out of the bottom.
Whoops.
Good.
So we got our first intersecting beams in. We got these two big ones right here, the 6x6s and the 4x4s going into them with those mortises. This is really cool. I'm learning a ton from these carpenters that I never would have thought of. Like, I don't know, I just wouldn't have thought, but I guess as much as these weigh Yeah, those my 18 gauge brads probably wouldn't have held that the way I would have did it. No, I'm just kidding. What my point is we're moving forward. We're learning techniques. So you saw how we did this. I know I recorded it, but I didn't really explain it. So what we did is these two beams right here are set and blocked in. Those are done. They're not going anywhere. But we gave ourselves room for these two over here to move. So basically, if my arms were the beams, these two over here can open up like that. So they open up, we slide our beams in, we glue it, and then we bang those over back into place, and everything is dead on perfect. We just went around with the tape measure, checked everything. Obviously we checked it before we started this process, but those beams are mortised into those other beams, and it is clean. We got some glue squeeze out that's dripping down. We're gonna have to clean that up for sure. Good thing about these being pre-finished already, we can just wipe it off. It's no big deal. So we got glue squeeze out there, actually on all of them. So I'm gonna get up there, clean that out, and we'll give you some close-ups on how this mortise detail locked into the big beam. So I'm just gonna clean the squeeze out of here so you guys can see this, but look at that mortise joint there. That is pretty slick right there. So quite a bit of glue is leaking out of this one because you see this crack right here. We just caught the edge of a crack right here, and you can see it continues going this way. But still, really good looking transition there where those two come together. You can see I'm down in a crack over there, and I got even more glue squeeze out I got to wipe out. So this method worked really good. Exactly clean lines, what we wanted to see. This is our layout line. This is just a chalk line. I got our beam right up against that line. So when we go to set the next ones, we're gonna just go off that same line, and everything's gonna just look like it's all intersecting in timber frame. This is gonna be pretty cool, but so far so good. All these joints are looking super clean. So we simply just continued on with this process, mortising our beams on the opposite side. And while we were doing this, the guys finished with the framing of our walls, resupporting our beams, and patching up the sheathing to receive our paneling when we get to that point. And for all these mortises, I had an offcut of the 4x4, and I just dry fit it into each one, making sure it was good to go. That's what we want to see. So we've got our two big beams in that we got earlier this week. All the intersecting beams are now in. So this room is done as far as the ceiling, as far as beams go. We do have to put the white oak planks up inside each coffer, but that'll come later. I think they're gonna be staining that stuff either late this week or early next week. And then those will go in. That'll go pretty quick. That's just board after board, bam, bam, bam. This whole thing will be covered and looking super good. So this room is done. We even got our walls stitched back up. So where we took that sheathing off, we reinforced to support our big beams, and for our little beams, all that's patched back up all over there, and paneling will then go on top of that. So we're moving right along here. We even were able to get into that room over there and route out some of the mortises so we can get a jump on tomorrow. A lot of progress. We're moving right along here. Having those two extra carpenters, well, we're really assisting them, but this team of 4 is really just firing on all cylinders, and we're working good together, making progress. So be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys then.